Welcome to UKVersus. I'm here on the mean streets of New York as UVS have just dropped the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set trailer. This is something I've been very hyped to see, and I'm very excited to see what is in here. So I thought, in the guise of what a lot of other content creators do, I'd do a reaction video. So I'm going to play through the trailer, and I'm going to stop at points to talk about the cards, give reactions, and just do all-around reaction stuff. The music for this is an absolute bop, but I do not think I'll play the music on top of this. So let's take a look at the Universus Nickelodeon collaboration of the TMNT trailer. So we have the boys coming up first, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles UVS Games for Universus. And immediately, this is our Leonardo. You can't quite see it because it's behind me. It says Choose Your Turtle, and we have Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and finally Donatello. This is absolutely beautiful, and I love the kind of stylized way they went for these parts. I think they look absolutely amazing, and they're going to be some very sought after cards. There's the confirmation of what one of my theories. Bebop and Rocksteady are going to be in there, but they're going to be individual characters. And there we still have April O'Neil, high school reporter, and Splinter, caring father. I don't see a hand size on there, so they could still be backups. Very, very unlikely. It's very unlikely, so I will get ahead of myself here and say I will apologize that my theory was wrong. But based on the information I had, it was correct. Splinter is not an integral part of Tales of TMNT if you take into part both cars, but we see him here. Splinter, caring father, April O'Neil, high school reporter, Bebop, burly brawler, and Rocksteady, easily angered. Those are absolutely beautiful names. Rocksteady is behind my head, but I am all in on how cool this is going to be. Going on, then we get to see Leonardo's katana, Raphael's sai, Donnie's bow staff, Mikey's nunchucks. It looks like they've all got their own unique weapons in here, and you can see here immediately we have the new card layout. So if we take a look, you can see that Leonardo's katana does not have the pipe, whereas Raphael's bow, Mikey's nunchuck all have the bow, and that is going to be an indication of rarity in the set. So the kind of sewer-like aesthetic of the set is going to then also show off the rarity of the cards, how rare the cards are. So it looks like Leonardo's katana is going to be a common. Then we can see that we're going to look at a higher rarity for the other boys' weapons, and I'm very excited to see what they do, but they are top secret, so who knows. Also, how easy is that to read? Absolutely love that in here. And if we take a look, you can see that the spray paint behind the name, so rather than having some kind of other indication that these are assets, it has this spray paint aesthetic behind the name that shows, if I can do it, yeah, that shows that it's an asset. And when we move on to the other card types, hopefully that'll be shown in the trailer, we can see that this is a thing that pulls on. But that black text against a white background is so easy to read, and I hope this is something that continues over to the card, and it isn't kind of like a top secret text coverer, and it's the green brick wall behind, although the green brick wall aesthetic would be pretty cool. But let's take a look at what else is in the trailer. So we've got the boys' weapons, then we there's the beautiful weapons, and there we go. Moving on to here as well, we can see we have two foundations, one behind my head, and two attacks. So if you see here, we've got a common, an uncommon, and a rare. Common has no piping, the uncommon has piping, and the rare has piping leading into exposed brick. And if we look at the foundations and the attacks, we can tell the foundations and attacks because of the spray paint. If we look at the spray paint here, it is grey behind the text, and the attack is orange behind the text. This makes it very easy to read. It's a good accessibility win for UVS. Be able to just have the colour represented on the card of what the card is, making it easy to see, but then also allowing the attacks names, the attacks text to stand out, be able to immediately visualize what these cards do, because you can tell what kind of card these are as soon as they come down, and when you're shifting through your hand, you can immediately still tell that these are attacks and foundations, despite the way it's changed. But we can still see, like, the attack has got orange bricks, so this white text could just be a cover-up of where the text is actually going to go. But I think this white kind of papery wall aesthetic is pretty cool, and I think it would make the card text a bit easier to read. Moving on, we go into the ooze, the UV reactive cards, setting the standards. These are UV reactive, they're not glow in the dark, these are UV reactive cards that have such a cool ominous glow about them under a black light, under a UV light. It's very unlikely to ever pop up in a game that the UV reaction will go off, but as a collector's piece, it's something cool that you can show off, that you can keep, that you can have as a collector's piece. It makes these a lot more sought after. It's a great cool thing that the cards can do that won't impact gameplay and is still very sought after. These are something that I would love to display up in an office or for my stream setup and go, check out my cool UV lights. And you know, it's also one of the things I like to make content on this stuff. Moving on from the UV reactive cards, we move deeper in, and there it is. So I'll move out the way. Available August 15th. The booster sets are there. The hanging packs are there, and I am very excited to start spoiler season on these cards. I want to see the 15 characters, and we got a little bit extra at the end here, where we get to see the TMNT starter deck with the 4 characters on one card. This has led to quite a bit of confusion on the sell sheets, but we're going to see all 4 turtles on one character card for the starter. It's not a lower deck situation where you're going to need to buy 4 starter decks to get all 4 of the characters. It is all 4 turtles on one character in an 80s themed art deck that is reprints from the main set, that is designed to help people learn the game. A great onboarding product, similar to the Bo and Percy from Critical Role. This will be a character card that is designed for new players to have fun, quick, intriguing games where they can learn the game, they can get a hold of some very cool 80s style cards, and they're going to be able to pick up the game quickly and have this cool aesthetic to them. I imagine collectors are still going to pick these up. They're not designed for competitive play in mind. They're designed to bring people into the game. They're onboarding products, and this is a great way to do it. And I think having all 4 turtles on one card is a great choice rather than going 1 starter deck each, because then it ups the amount of price, it ups the onboarding, it makes it a lot harder. And at the end of the day, if they want to do that, they can pick up one of the boys very quickly. Character cards in this game are not too expensive if you're not looking at the alt arts, and you can pick up these boys and play this game. I am very excited to get a hold of this product. I'm very excited to see where this goes, and I think this was an absolutely amazing trailer. This is a great advertising opportunity that we get to push out there as content creators. And let me know, how did you find this reactionary kind of content? This is something new for me. This is something that once I have a better green screen cast up, I like to do more of. It's something that a lot of people do, and I wanted to throw my hat in and try it myself, and also kind of explain, as the trailer came along, where bits go. So let me know how you found it. Let me know how you feel. Are you excited for TMNT? Has this piqued your interest? Is there even more you want to know about now? I want to know more. I want to know how these cards are going to look outside of what is being hidden. I love this kind of aesthetic with the sewer pipe and the brickwork that indicates how rare your card actually is immediately. Makes it immediately more identifiable, is an easier way for people to see the rarity, immediately to cast distinctions onto cards. I do love this spray paint effect that shows off what card types they actually are. It's going to be a clear indication as to what's a foundation, what's a backup, while allowing UVS to still try cool stuff, as we're seeing with this white text, with this white box. If that white box even sticks around, we don't know yet. it could just be a top secret cover-up. Who knows? It could be the exposed brick underneath coming on, but I love the spray paint effect and the name over it. I think it's such a cool aesthetic. It's leaving up more space for the art. It's kind of fitting into that Turtles grungy theme, and I love it. So please do let me know how excited you are for TMNT, what characters you're hoping to see. We've got 7 left that one on there. If April and Splinter count, I still think they're going to be backups, but a preemptive apology to anyone I've upset by saying this, but who knows? They could be, they couldn't be. We'll find out when preview season hits, and hopefully it'll start very soon. I will catch you in the sewers eating pizza that I paid through the grid. Cowabunga, my friends. Bye.